On December 19, 1984, inside the Great Hall of the People in Beijing, two leaders sat across from each other, knowing history was closing a chapter that had lasted more than a century. One was Margaret Thatcher, Britain's Iron Lady. The other was Zhao Ziyang, representing a rising China under Deng Xiaoping. Between them lay a single document. That document would decide the fate of 7 million people who were not in the room. Hong Kong. To understand why this moment mattered, we must go back to the 19th century, when Britain seized Hong Kong after the Opium Wars, turning it into one of the world's most successful trading ports. Over time, Hong Kong became something rare, a Chinese city run under British law, capitalist economics, and personal freedoms unseen in mainland China. But there was a problem: Britain could not escape most of Hong Kong's land. The new territories was leased from China for 99 years. That lease would expire in 1997. As the deadline approached, Britain faced an impossible truth. Without the new territories, Hong Kong could not survive, and China made its position brutally clear. Deng Xiaoping told British negotiators that China would take Hong Kong back, peacefully or by force. Margaret Thatcher believed Britain's legal rights and international standing could protect Hong Kong. In 1982, she met Deng in Beijing, insisting treaties still mattered. Deng disagreed. For China, Hong Kong was not a colony, it was unfinished history. After months of tense negotiations, Britain folded. On December 19, 1984, the Sino-British Joint Declaration was signed. Britain agreed to return Hong Kong to China in 1997. In return, China made a promise to the world. Hong Kong would keep its laws, freedoms, courts, press, and capitalist system for 50 years after the handover. This promise was called One Country, Two Systems. On paper, it sounded fair. To the people of Hong Kong, it sounded like a gamble made without their consent. No referendum was held. No vote was given. 7 million lives were negotiated by two governments. In 1997, the British flag came down. Prince Charles watched as Hong Kong passed to China. The empire officially ended its rule in Asia. For a time, the promise seemed real. Hong Kong thrived. Money flowed. The city remained free, loud, and global. But slowly, the balance began to shift. Beijing tightened control. Political pressure grew. Then came the national security law. Arrests, media shutdowns, and mass protests. The same treaty signed in 1984 became the center of global arguments. Britain said China broke its promise. China said the treaty was outdated and foreign interference was over. And Hong Kong paid the price. December 19, 1984 was not just a diplomatic event. It was the moment a city's future was placed on a promise. And the world is still watching that promise unravel. This day reminds us of a hard truth. When great powers make deals, it is often ordinary people who live with the consequences. History is not old. History is living inside us. One day, one event, one lesson. Mr. Fidi.